I was excited when I wrote my first blog, and that was way back in 2013. I still remember hitting the publish button on the first blog. Are you as excited to publish your first blog? In the last video, we looked at categories. In this video, we are going to write our first ever blog. So please pay attention. It's going to be very interesting. Couple of things before we start writing our blogs. Point number 1. In the world of WordPress, blogs are called posts. So don't get confused if you don't see the word blogs on the WordPress dashboards. Search for the word posts and that's where your blogs will be written. And point number 2 is that WordPress has recently upgraded. When I say recently, I'm speaking about December 2018. Has been recently upgraded to WordPress version 5.0. With 5.0 upgrade, the editor for writing blogs or posts has changed. Initially, it was only a text-based editor, whereas with 5.0, it is now a block-based editor. Those who have never written blogs before December 2018, they do not have to worry about anything. Anyone who has written posts before 2018, there will be a slight adjustment that they will have to make while writing blogs with the current version of WordPress. With that, let's begin with writing our first blog. We click on Post and All Post. When we do that, we see a list of all blogs currently written for our site. The title of the blog, the author, the category, any tags, and so on. The date when it was published, any comments, rather the number of comments. All this is visible to us in a table format when we click on All Posts. These posts can then be sorted based on the date, based on the category, and so on. If you wanted to work with any post from your list of posts, all you have to do is go to All Posts, and from there you will be able to work with any individual post that you want. We are going to write a new blog. So we click on Add New. You can click Add New either from the left panel or from the top panel besides Post. The first block in the blog editor is that of the title. We are going to write a blog on IoT in agriculture. As a practice, I always write my blogs in a Word document before posting them to WordPress. There are a couple of advantages using this. One is that the entire blog, the story, the flow, the messaging, I can work on it separately outside the WordPress environment. And second, the grammatical errors, the spelling errors. The Word document editor allows me to ensure that I do not have any mistakes, whether grammatical or spelling, in my blog. Only when my blog is complete, I come here to WordPress and do a copy paste. I would recommend you follow the same so that your blog is ensured to be well written before you go ahead and paste it in WordPress. However, if people are comfortable writing directly in WordPress, please go ahead and do so. There is no right way of doing things. It's just what suits us when we are writing blogs. So now we are going to write the title, IoT in Agriculture. Now, I have already written a blog. I'm going to copy the content and paste it here in WordPress. You have seen that every paragraph becomes a block in the WordPress editor. Since I have multiple paragraphs in the Word document, these have been pasted as different blocks in the editor. I'm going to go ahead and add an image to one of the blocks. I click on the plus sign, then I click on image. It asks me whether I want to upload an image file or use an image file from the media library or insert it from a URL. I'm going to use one from the media library. So before writing this blog, I had already uploaded a file, a media file, to the media library. I'm just going to use that in this blog. I select the image and there you see the image has been inserted into the blog. Now I will go to the right hand side of the blog. The left hand side of the blog editor is about the actual blog that people will be able to see when they click on your blog site. Whereas on the right hand side are certain parameters that define your blog to the search engine or to the website. These may or may not be visible to your reader. It is very important to ensure that you have the right settings for the same. The first thing that we will do is we will select the category. I can see all the categories for my blog site. I'm going to go and select smart farming as a category. After selecting the category, I will add tags to the blog. Now tags are those keywords that search engines come looking for on your blog site. When people search on the search engine, they input a search query. You should try and aim to have good keywords for your blog so that they match the search query of your readers. I'm going to write a few keywords. IoT in agriculture, Internet of Things, agricultural IoT. These are some of the tags that I add to the blog here. A general rule of thumb is that you can have about 10 to 20 tags at the most. Do not stuff your blog with 50 and 100 keywords and similar thought process. Make sure that you have a limited list of tags to your blog. After that, I will go and set the featured image. Now, what is the featured image? Whenever you insert the link of your blog, there is an image that is fetched from the blog URL and showed to the user, especially if there is a list of search results. Have you ever noticed that you are using YouTube? You want to see smart cities of the world. So you type smart cities in the search box and YouTube shows you a list of videos for your search query. You get to see an image along with that video. And many a times you may have noticed that while you are watching the video, the image is not at all seen in the video at all. Similarly, when you search for certain keywords, especially for image related results, you are shown an image, and when you click on the result, the actual article may or may not have the image which was featured in the search result. Now, search is just one of the areas where the featured image gets displayed. When you go to any website which has listed hundreds of blogs, you generally get to see the featured image of the blog to attract the attention of the reader. If you have a good featured image, people will feel attracted to click on the link and read your entire blog. The featured image may or may not be present in your actual blog. This is the area where we go and set the featured image. For now, we are going to select the same image as the blog and insert it as a featured image. But you can select another image. Maybe you want to attract the reader with a very nice, catchy image which may not be there in the blog at all. You can use that image as a featured image. I generally prefer to have the same image as the blog image so that I'm consistent with what I want to tell my readers. After I have selected the category, the tags, and the featured image, I go and click on publish. After I publish the blog is live on my site. Anybody can come to the site and click on the blog to read more about the blog. You will see that after the post has been published, I can actually view the blog. You will see that there is the image, the entire content. As you go down, you will see the author information and a section to leave comments. So anybody who's reading the blog can post a comment to this blog. You can see here that there are two categories, one which we have added and one which was default. Again, congratulations for writing your first blog. I'm sure this is the first of many to be written by you in the years to come. Congratulations once again.